Yeah, Otbspreads prediction show come to you guys live on June 1st, guys. June 1st. We're halfway through the year, man. And we're going to get into MLB and we're going to cook it up, man. We got a World Cup coming up soon, NBA Finals, Stanley Cup Finals. Dude, have a loaded month ahead of us here in June. But just to review yesterday, we went 9-0 across the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, undefeated on the locks, undefeated on play of the days. Here we are going into a Monday where the slate's a little bit tougher here. We got some pitching matchups, couple with edges, couple with very similar ERAs. Bats kind of been the same here. So we'll get into that slate. But I just want to say we had a really great end of May. It was one of those months where you kind of trade blows with the books, and we pulled away from them at the end here in the last week, cashing home run parlays, cashing money line plays, cashing locks, play of the days. We ran away with it here at the end of the month, and man, it just feels great to be on the winning side of things consistently. 5 straight months in a row to start 2026 in profit. We were on an absolute roll, guys. Last year, June and July were some of our best months. We also had a really good month in October of last year. So there's a couple months ahead of us that we had really, really successful betting months. And I'm curious to see how we replicate those. Because look, last year in 2025, January was our best month period. So far in 2026, January was our best month period. So it's funny to see how history can repeat itself, because 2 years in a row now, January was my best betting month period. So let's go ahead and get into this slate, man. Let's dive in. It's a 9-game slate. Looking forward to it. But before we get going, guys, I just want to tell you, no vig, spin 5, get 50. Use code word on the ball. This show is brought to you by No Vig, big time prediction market, trading in sports. It is peer-to-peer, so I highly suggest you guys take a look at it, especially if you're playing underdogs. I like the Mets today, man, and I think there's some great value here. Spin 5, bet the 50 on the Mets. Let's rock and roll. Let's get to it. Let's talk about this slate. All right, first up, let's get to it. First game, we got Detroit taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. Look, I've said all year long, I trust the Tigers' bats, but we all know how good this Rays team has been. Griffin Jax has been, what the hell is that? Griffin Jax has been respectable here on the bump today, under sub-4 ERA. Ty Madden, I know it's showing an ERA that's low. He's not a starting pitcher, guys. This guy here is a relief pitcher. He's got 1 start on the year. It was respectable, but for the most part, he is a relief pitcher. He's not that level of Griffin Jax. And I know Griffin Jax has some regression concerns, but I don't trust Ty Madden here in this spot against these bats of the Tampa Bay Rays. Give me the Rays here on the money line. I know the upset probability is showing a little bit lean there at 46% to the Tigers. But look, I think that there's a starting pitching edge. I think that the bats are better, and I trust the bullpen a little bit more with the Rays. So give me the Rays on the money line here, guys. Moving to this next one here, this is a little bit more difficult of a game to call. Alcantara hasn't been hateful this season, but let's take a look at his last start where he gave up 10 hits and 8 earned runs. He's now had 2 back-to-back bad outings. Now, Cade Cavalli, on the other hand, has been solid all year. 1 earned run, 2 earned run, 3 earned run, 2, 3, 2, 2, 1. Got decent strikeout stuff this year. He's going, at least 6 to 7 innings most games. Like, Cade Cavalli has been the spot play in this lineup. Like, if you bet the Nats when Cavalli's on the mound, you typically win. Look, I kind of looked at the money line here with the Miami Marlins and said, Alcantara plus 120. There's some value there. And then you dive into the numbers on what he's done in these last couple games. I don't know how you can trust a guy who's given up, 7, 9, and 10 hits in his last 3 starts against this Washington Nationals team that has been one of the top hitting teams in the MLB in the month of May, now taking that same energy into June, where you saw James Wood hit a massive bomb yesterday. He's been hitting the ball well all month. Really, this whole lineup has hit the ball really well in the whole month of May. I can't fade the Nats here. Give me the Nats on the money line at minus 144, and we'll keep it moving into Kansas City and the Reds. Look, this was a play of the day candidate for me before they eliminated Chase Burns off the rotation today. Looks like it's going to be Lyon Richie versus Avila. Now you've got a very similar pitching matchup. There's no true edge there in the pitching matchup. So now it comes down to what bats do I trust more? Honestly, I think I trust the Royals bats more. Um, it's a good debate. This is a true coin flip of the game. But like I always say, you got to take the EV with the value. If you want to take the the plus 1.5 at minus 119, I don't hate that play. But I'm going to lean here Royals on the money line. I like what I've seen out of them recently. The problem is they just haven't had the pitching to back them up. I think in a fairly even pitching matchup today with Avila and Richardson, we might have a chance to see this Royals team get some runs early, kind of hold on to that lead and grind it out. We'll see if that's the case here. No Chase Burns on the mound. Don't love the Reds in this spot without him. So give me the Royals here on the money line. All right, moving on into the White Sox versus the Twins. This is another tough game to call because Joe Ryan doesn't have the best numbers against this White Sox team. But look, at the end of the day, it's Joe Ryan. I don't care if his numbers against this White Sox team haven't been that great. I like what I've seen out of this Minnesota Twins team. They've got 4 straight wins. I think they can get after the starting pitcher today for the White Sox. Joe Ryan is a good enough pitcher. He can keep some of these hitters off the board. Give me the Minnesota Twins here on the money line today. I like it. You could also give it a look at the first 5, but I like the Twins overall on the money line for the full game. All right, next up, Giants, Brewers. Giving us a bad gateway error. What's that about? Is that on all of them? No, just on this one. See if it'll load up this time. There we go. Load it up for us that time. I don't know what that was about. Cheers. All right, guys, I'm going to take a sip of coffee and we're going to get right back into the slate. And remember, just to review, we like the Rays here today, we like the Nats here today, and we like the Royals here so far into the slate. If you want my premium plays, just go to the descriptions tab, click on the Winible link, and you can sign up there. If you want to join any of my Telegrams, I have my free Telegram there, so you're always in the know. Just go ahead to the descriptions tab and click there as well. And finally, blowout alert. It's not going to get any better than this if you like data and analytics. If you're looking for an edge, if you're looking to provide your research to be top-notch and better, I suggest you sign up for free today and try Elite. Give it a shot. Give it a shot for a month. It's nothing expensive. You're going to gamble that in a week. You're going to gamble that in a day. If you're making any type of wager, you should have this to just have some idea of where you want to go, sort things out. And I'll show you guys later a little quick trick on how you can generate quick parlays for yourself and use the data that we're giving you. All right, let's get back into the slate. So I just told you guys I like the Twins on the money line here against the White Sox, and if you wanted to take them for the first 5. We now got the Brewers and the Giants going up against each other. I have 2 leans in this one. We got Landon Roop and Brandon Woodruff going against each other. It looks like they may have just switched the pitchers here, or no? Let's double check that, guys. No, it's still Drohan. It's not Woodruff. If it was Woodruff, I would have leaned more Brewers here, but Drohan, even though he has a really good ERA, sub-3 ERA, Landon Roop, sub-4 ERA, I got to get behind Roop here, man. I think he's a good pitcher. He's got great strikeout stuff. I think I like what I saw out of the bats this weekend with the Giants. They kind of woke up a little bit like the Mets have. Give me the Giants here on the money line, plus 124 value. I love it. I think they can steal a win here, and I also lean the under 7.5 on this game today. But give me the Giants on the money line. Next up, Rangers, Cardinals. Look, we got Rangers, Cardinals going. Give me another bad signal. What the fuck's that all about? Let me see if I can go to Slate Stack. All right. Took the Minnesota Twins there. We took the Giants there. Here we go. Texas Rangers, St. Louis Cardinals here, guys. You got DeGrom on the mound. You got McGreevy on the mound. Both right-handed pitchers. Look, DeGrom is DeGrom. I get it. He's let us down in the last 2 starts that we've taken him. You could go back to the well here at minus 124. It's a good play. We were on the Cardinals last night with the Cubs. Cardinals won 2 out of 3 games in that Cubs series. It was a nice little run for us. We took the Cubs twice, lost 1, won it when we locked the Cubs, and won it when we locked the Cardinals. So we only had 1 loss, and it was just a light premium straight. That was a really good series to call. If you've bet the Cardinals every game on money line, you're super profitable this year. The Cardinals have been on a roll. McGreevy has actually played above his ceiling. I think I've said it before. I believe there's regression concerns with McGreevy. And DeGrom's on the opposite end. I think we see his ERA come down. But dude, look, I'm not one to fade a team that's hot right now, hitting the ball really well. McGreevy's still a decent enough pitcher. I'm gonna have to go with the Cardinals here at home on their longest homestand of the season. Give me the Cardinals here on the money line versus Texas Rangers team. I believe McGreevy still pitches a well enough game. He allows his bats to get after DeGrom, who's now given up 7 home runs in his last 4 starts. Give me the Cardinals here and someone from this lineup to go yard. I'm leaning Ivan Herrera here for the Cardinals to take it yard today. And then maybe Jock Pederson for the Rangers. But yeah, man, I think this is going to be a good game. I lean on the over here, over 7.5 runs. All right, that's where I lean. And I also like the Cardinals on the money line. Let's get into it. Next one on the slate. We're going to go Colorado Rockies versus the Los Angeles Angels. Got Kyle Freeland on the mound, lefty hand pitcher versus Jose Soriano, right-handed pitcher. There's going to be some issues in this one because Freeland has not been a good pitcher, and the Angels have hit lefties really well. Soriano has started off the season blazing hot. He's cooled off a little bit in his last couple starts. This Rockies team is definitely one you got to watch out for because they hit the ball really well, and when they hit it well, they can drive in runs. I just don't think they can do that today against Soriano here. The blowout alert upset probability meter is pretty high for this one here, though, I will say. If you look at it, it is flagging it at about a 41% upset rate. I don't believe that to be true. I think that the Angels handle them today. I tread lightly on this game. I've looked at it a couple times on if I wanted to lock it or not or where I wanted to go. I'll stay off of this one, I think, for the most part. But look, I think the Angels win -1.5. So I think you can lay the run line and win on this one. That's where I'll go with that. All right. So we took Cardinals. We're going to take Angels laying the run line. And then moving on into LA versus the Diamondbacks. Look, Rodriguez has been fantastic this year. Sheehan has had some letdown games, in my opinion. We can go on over here and just take a quick peek at what Sheehan did in his last start because he killed us. In his last start, he pitched 6 innings. He gave up 2 earned runs here. Or no, it wasn't that start. It was against the Padres here. He gave up 4 earned runs against the Padres, 5 hits. Gave them up early. That game cost us. That was one where the Padres won. Over here, the Padres lost, I think, by we had the run line at -1.5, I believe. But either way, Sheehan has had kind of 2 average starts here in his last 2 games. Strikeout stuff was there in the last one, though. Look, I can't get on board with this Diamondbacks team with Rodriguez here. I think Sheehan is due for another dominant game. I think he comes out, throws better strikeout stuff. But then again, there's a lot of value there on the Arizona Cardinals. I'm not going to say there isn't. +136 money line. I think this is a tighter game here. So the value definitely lies with the Diamondbacks. I just think that the Dodgers haven't seen a pitcher like Rodriguez yet who's set for regression. And this is the spot where if Rodriguez is going to have some regression, it happens here today against the big bats of the Dodgers who have been hitting the ball much better as of late. So I trust the bats of the Dodgers and the regression of Rodriguez to set in a little bit more today. So I think the Dodgers get this thing done. They drive in some runs. But like I said, the upset probability meter here is high for Arizona. There is a lot of value at +137 on the Arizona side of things. I just trust the Dodgers here more. I want to be on the right side of things. I think the Dodgers get it done today. I'm not scared to lay the -1.5 with the Dodgers. I think the regression sets in a little bit against these big bats. I think the Dodgers lineup gets after Rodriguez today. That's my take on that one. All right, guys, moving into the next and last game of the day. I am absolutely stuck on this one, on how heavy I want to bet this, on where I want to go with this. Couple reasons why. It looks like I've read that Manaea may be the pitcher tonight for the Mets, but then I see Warren here as well. I've read both things. I haven't seen the official lineup yet, but I'm going to assume it's Austin Warren here, who is not a starting pitcher. He's more of a relief role. And with that being said, him being in more of a relief role, it's hard to trust a guy like this, man, in a starting pitching role against such good bats like Julio Rodriguez, J.P. Crawford, Josh Naylor, Randy, Luke Riley. There's so many good bats in that Mariners lineup. And then you got Emerson Hancock, who's been a solid starting pitcher. Obviously, he has regression concerns, but the dude's been playing really good ball. You know, throwing it well, getting decent strikeout numbers. Nothing crazy, but you know, he's keeping the runs off the board, and that's what matters. You know, his last 5 starts, he's kept it under 2 earned runs pretty much in all the games except one. 3-2 on the season. I just have a hard time fading how hot this Mets team is, man. The bats, they've won 4 in a row. They look good. They've woken up. The Mets have a decent enough bullpen to hold this thing off in a close game. I'm going to go to the well here. I'm going to go to the Mets on the money line. Too much value at plus money at plus 124. Plus 110 maybe is what it is. Plus 108. Too much value with Soto hitting the ball as well as he is. Bo Bichette, Harsha Benji, Biento, Simeon, they've all woken up, man. This team is hitting it really well. They're back at home in MetLife Stadium today. I'm going to go with the Mets here. I thought they were back home in MetLife. No, I guess they are on the road. Yeah, they are on the road. I read that wrong. But still, give me the Mets here. I'm all over the Mets. I like what they've done. You got 2 teams on big winning streaks. Mariners and Mets, both on like multiple game win streaks. This is going to be a great game tonight. I want my money with the team with the value, the hot bats. Give me the Mets on the money line. Keep it moving, and that's the show. All right, guys, that is it. I appreciate you tuning in. I'm going to get to working on my slate, figure out who I'm locking, what I'm locking, and where I'm going. But those are my plays. Those are the sides that I lean. Now it's just a matter of figuring out where I want to put my bucks and where I want to lock my plays, where I want to put most of my money. But yeah, that's where I lean. That's where I'm at, all over that slate there. Once again, just to review. And if you found the information useful, please drop a like. Make sure to subscribe, y'all. That's all I ask. Find it useful, drop a like and subscribe. All right. Tampa Bay Rays in the first one, money line. Nats on the money line. Royals on the money line. Twins on the money line. We're gonna go Giants on the money line under 7.5 in that game. We're gonna go Cardinals on the money line over 7.5 in that game. We're going to go Angels, lay the run line minus 1.5 against the Rockies. And then we're going to go Dodgers here on the run line, lay the minus 1.5. And then we're going to go New York Mets on the money line against a really hot Mariners team. That's going to be one of the tougher ones to call of the day, but I'm going to have at least a unit on that, guys. I want some skin in that game. Yeah, that's where we're at, man. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to get to making my plays, and just to kind of leave you guys off with something, you guys can go ahead and click this little tab right here and download the JSON file. You guys can go over here to your batting signals, right? And if you wanted to make a hitting parlay today, you can click on here and download the JSON file. Home run parlays, download the JSON file, right? Now, once you do that, you can go over here to Manus and you can drop that file into your AI and say, hey, create me a high probability home run parlay, a hitting parlay. Look at the active cases and come up with who has the best game line. And all you do is you go over to your downloads and you drop it in and you ask it to analyze the file and create you that play. And it'll generate for you guys. I go through my data every single day, and then I have a list of what I want and where I want to go, right? And then I can use this as a secondary outlet to help me narrow my mind and clear it. Like, I already know, okay, I like X, Y, and Z for a home run today. Does he show up on this list when I feed and analyze it? So it's just another second tier you can use, or you can use it as your primary playmaker. Either way, because all of this information that you already believe in, that On the Ball and Sports FBI have collaborated and streamlined the data to pull for you, it's all here. And all you got to do is download these files by going here, downloading that JSON file. You can go over here to the value plays and give you the top values of the day. Same thing, JSON file, and drop it into your AI. That's all you got to do, guys. If you ever have questions, feel free to DM me on Instagram. I suggest you sign up today. Just drop a little bit on Elite, man. It's really worth it. You can sign up for free, but I highly recommend you get Elite to get some of these batting signals, to get the different, slate streaks and slate summary, value plays, all of that. You get the props and the suspects fully unlocked. But yeah, man, let's go have a day. I appreciate y'all tuning in.